Alright, it looks like this thing's on. This is Find Matt's Cats. We are here, I believe we're on World 3 when we last left off. I'm gonna go wait just a couple of minutes before getting started for real. Maybe 5 minutes or so, see if anybody comes on in. What do I want to do before doing this? Let me see. That's not important. I can just ignore that. Is the video feed okay? I remember there are some problems with that before, but it looks like YouTube is telling me that it's all online. Stream health statuses and whatnot. This is very catchy menu music. Should I refill my water before I get started? If I run out, I'll BRB for a few minutes. Let's see. Is there anything else I need to do? It looks like it's on. I have told people to whom it may concern that I'm streaming, so I should not be disturbed by hopefully no emergencies for a little while. Oh, should I do the social media thing? Should I like post this on social media? I guess I'll do that. Has it really been a week since this game came out? The time going faster thing as you get older is really starting to kick in. And I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, I'm gonna go and think I'll get started for real. YouTube says there are 0 concurrent viewers, and I don't know if there actually is or if the counter is just like wrong, because sometimes it randomly does bounce around. Alright. Oh, I should get rid of that text that says starting soon, because that would be embarrassing to leave on. Alright, Find Matt's Cats. Where were we? World 3? World 3. We're halfway through World 3 already? Really? Oh, that's right. I also did in the end of the last one go through some of the other levels and find content that I hadn't, Oh, they say your time, too. Found, cards and gemstones and whatnot that I didn't do the last time. I don't think I'm going to spend a great deal of time doing that. I just wanted to go in 100% at least one world. At least, I'm not really feeling the need to do that so far. And we're really 100% on the first couple of levels in here. That's weird. Alright, so let's go and spot the difference. I thought I already did a spot the difference level in this one. Did I not? I guess it's possible that there's more than one, so that's money. I'm looking around this fountain because I feel like the flowers or the fountain or something is likely to have a difference on it, but I don't see anything standing out to me. It's usually, the differences usually aren't too, like, subtle. It's usually fairly obvious, like a different animal in a location, or like someone's facing a wrong way, or like the colors are reversed or something like that. But this is like a little resort area. It is still not hard to tunnel vision on on a particular object and not notice that there are 16 differences apparently, and not notice that there's like something funny happening. All right, let's look inside. All right, that's one. That's a cactus versus a leafy plant. There's a part of me that feels like that should be smashable, but it doesn't look like it is. That is currency in there. Any differences in this little hotel room? There's a sock. There's another sock. A lot of badminton birdies. What's this? Is that a lamp? I don't see any other differences in here either. The swirl is like going the same way. That's the sort of thing I might expect to be different. The shapes in these beds. Might expect a difference there. Up here then? This is not going well so far. I guess, do I need a warm-up level?
Giraffe, 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 giraffe.
It says its name instead of making like an animal noise. Alright, I see a shiny. All of these look the same too. I've only found one difference so far, and I feel like I've looked at like a decent chunk of the level. Alright, we'll go back to that side. These leaves are the same. These cats are, I think, the same. This dog looks the same. That one is a different color. That's two. What about up here? There's a coconut and no coconut. Can I hide this? I can. There's another interior. See, I'm expecting to see something that's like this box, like the arrow on this box going up in one and going down in the other, but it doesn't look like there is. I can't open that door. Alright, so the signage... The signage is different. There's a picture. Is that a picture of Natalie? Is that a card? That's a card. Alright. Elise Shang. I feel like Elise Shang has been the artist in a couple of these so far. Have I looked up here yet? There's a Game Boy. Alright, that's currency. Is there a downstairs to this? There is a downstairs to this. I'm not seeing that many differences. Oh wait, that's a difference. Alright, that's... Are we up to 5 out of the 16? Alright, maybe I am making better progress than I thought I was. I feel like I should still be around 3. That's a gem. What about up here? What is going on up here? Why are there things climbing? Alright, so we got some more interiors. Let's have a look at these. Gem. Tennis ball, doggy rolling around. Television. There's a fish on the floor. I think that's a toy fish or something. Don't see anything. I don't see anything in there either. Is the cat's color the same? The dog's color the same? Everyone in the pool the same? Oh, I was gonna say, there's something about this, but I can't tell exactly what it is. The beach blanket is there in one and not the other. How are we doing so far? So I really didn't find anything in the middle, and I feel like there should definitely be something in the middle. I also haven't found anything out here, and I do still feel like there should be something out here. Are there any plants? Alright, here's a plant. So that is there in the right side and not in the left. So I at least got something in that general vicinity. Is this an interior? This is an interior. What about this? What floor sign? Oh, alright. Hadn't looked at it on the other screen yet, but that's a mop versus a broom. Any gems? No gems? There is a gem over here, though. So that's that. We're halfway there. It doesn't feel like I'm halfway there. What about over in this middle section? If I close these, it might be a little bit less cluttered. We established that there's nothing in here, right? I think we did. What about? Is that another? Oh no, that was the toes of the golem. Okay. Oh, there's another card over here sticking out. That is going to be a sloth. That is not a monster in an epic battle fantasy to date. I wonder if it might be in the future. Evolution has not been kind to its people. There wouldn't be anything like in the golem that's different, right? I don't imagine that there would be. I need to get that toe off screen because I keep thinking that's a gem. What about... Don't see anything up there. Same colors, same grin. I know that, Alright, there's a bottle in one and not in the other. I believe this game has an entire, like, system for placing faces on cats. I think this might have come up in previous levels. I think I mentioned that. I remember some social media posts from Koopa Matt about the faces being off. Between the tulips. Yeah, alright, an entire tree. Hello, Sludge, by the way. Actually, that was one of the, like, one of the little, like, visual novel skits, wasn't it? Alright, currency in there. Was about Matt and or Lance breaking the faces, and that was a whole running gag for a little bit. Nothing in that bag. I thought I saw a difference somewhere in here, but I might not. Okay, so there's the symbol. That symbol is different. That's the threshold for the next level. Not gonna leave quite yet. Money. There seems to be about a 50-50 chance that these drawers actually have money in them or not. I'm a little disappointed I can't interact with the mousetrap. Alright. We'll leave that for now. There's like a bird nest in there. That seems like a not ideal place to build a nest if you're a bird with all these cats about. I need 5 more. I'm gonna have to hurry. I mean, not hurry like there's a time limit, but I'm gonna have to really get better at looking. Alright, different dog. What is that behind the tree? Oh, that's just the ladder. Alright, I think that's the same. Currency. Any of these miscellaneous bits of growth outside here? No. What are you? Are you a, I think that's a beaver? Some kind of small mammal? We used to call our dog that, and I have no idea why. Rug on the bottom left. I remember this rug? bottom left. I know that there was this one. I found this one a little bit ago. Is there another rug? Oh, this one, the one that's rolled up. Okay. Only 3 left. So, Sledge, I don't know how long ago you got here. I remarked at the beginning that it feels like this half of the level I haven't really found much, and I feel like there should be a couple more in this area that I haven't seen yet. I will, once I really properly focused on eating. I get the impression that you're a couple time zones ahead of me in the Western or possibly Eastern Europe. Or Central Europe time zones. So, it's all good. We'll work our way through this. But yeah, the amount of, like, objects I haven't found in this side of the map is bothering me. I feel like I'm missing a couple obvious things here. There's a lot of rubber ducks in this game. Noticed a lot of levels with some of those. It is 1907. It is 1507 here, so that's going to be a 4-hour difference. There's really nothing in here. Like, there's 2 socks, there's a badminton thing, there's the swirly is going the same way here. Oh, the television was different. Alright, that one was a little more subtle. I did not notice that one. What about this fountain? Maybe like the garden out front. I'm looking at this like I guess that's the welcome cat, the greeter, whoever, the entrance of the hotel. That's weirdly cute. Oh, that's a slipper. Thought that was like a another seashell or something. Someone's bringing home a souvenir with them. I'm surprised I didn't notice the tree or lack of tree until you told me, though. Because that was, you'd think that one would be pretty glaring. I wonder if it would be, if there are anything that would be easier to see if I zoom all the way out like this, though. Bird's eye perspective. I do wonder if it would be a useful strategy to, once you found a couple things, like survey the map and see which areas of the map you haven't found anything yet, because it's not like these things are always perfectly distributed over the map, but often they're more or less relatively, like there's usually not a part of the map that doesn't have anything, and there's also usually not 2 things that are too close together. Otherwise, when you zoom out, the circles would overlap, and that would be a little lame. So I wonder, it does definitely feel like there should be something probably in this part of the screen. That's a cat toy. Again, I thought that was like a fishing rod or something, but no, I think that's actually a cat toy. Which begs the question, are the cats, like, bringing their own cat toys and stuff with them, and they're, like, fake mice and whatnot? Like, how does this, how does the logic of the system work? There's nothing here either. I guess there's a couple of circles to be found in this part of the screen. I guess we have discovered a few things over there already. But there are some other ones like this. This part of the screen here doesn't seem to have anything discovered in it yet. That's a satisfying noise. There's nothing on top of this tent. I've noticed that there's often gems and stuff on top of the tents like that, but I don't think there was here. I also haven't found a gem in a while. There's 4 of those remaining. All the animals still have these guys are all the same. Same pattern, same coloration, facing the same way. Oh, there's a gem back there. Okay, so again, blending in the blending the colors, green gems and trees and red gems and places like this, that kind of thing. Yellow gems around like hordes of gold and that sort of thing. I think, is that another one? Ah, yes, we've got the pinger going off. I forgot about that mechanic. That's handy. It doesn't work for actual targets though, right? Just gems? No pinger detections, no easy ones. Alright, so it went off around here. This is a really fun cursor. Is it getting... Alright, there we go. That's one of them. This bench, the float, the dog bones, the basketball, the seashell, these are all the same. They are, right? I'm not losing my mind. Why did someone bring a snake plant to a pool? That seems like not the ideal place for that, for one of those. Meow. For some reason I expected the ball to get like kicked into the water when I clicked on it. What about all the food on the table? I did already find this wine bottle, so that's, what is that? Is that a beetle? I think that's a ladybug. I did already find this wine bottle, so that might be the only, really obvious piece of food that's different. What is it now? Has it been 20 minutes? Should I start using the hint system? I think I'll start using the hint system. Let's see. Out in the open and eastern half. Okay, we'll start with that. I kind of wish there was a level of hint between just like the part of the screen that's on and actually like finding it for you. But out in the open, so not in one of the interiors. Probably east of this thing here. And probably not like all the way to the top or bottom, because then it would have said north or south. Although I don't know that for sure. And it wouldn't be anything like in a tree or popping out of a tree, because it did say it's out. It did say it's out in the open. These are, we already investigated those, and
Giraffe. Giraffe. Giraffe.
who is that just saying giraffe? I wonder if that is that like a stock audio file that that Matt found somewhere, or did like he specifically go out and ask someone to record themselves saying giraffe a bunch of times? Oh, rip. That is also not the sound I expected the monkey to make. Yeah, the earlier spot the difference levels I found I worked my way through those pretty easily, but this one's actually making me put in the brain cells. And you have these plants all look the same. These plants all look the same. Wait, is this a different shade? That is one of them. Alright, I could barely tell the difference there on my screen, but this one is ever so slightly like less saturated. Alright, there's one more. Let's see. In the middle part of the level, yeah, I feel like I missed something in the middle part of the level too. It's just waiting outside. Which I guess means I can probably close all the interiors for somewhat less visual noise. This guy's eyes like almost floating off his face. Which is simultaneously like adorable and also a little bit horrifying if you really think about it. It's like the one bug that was being shown off earlier, except it's a little more subtle. Not quite a bug. It is, the eye is still technically on its face. It's just a little close to the side. Visible from outside in the middle of the level. So if I like draw a circle around... I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if there is something about like... Ooh, that's a nice sound. If there's something about this thing here that's different, but I can't see it and it's not responding to just being clicked. I also keep seeing this ladybug and thinking it's a gem, but it isn't. I haven't seen my cursor going off since I found number 15. Like, are these guys... These guys are all the same. I'm looking specifically at, like... Thanks, game. I'm looking specifically at, like, animal and plant life, but I don't know if that really is what it's gonna be. These guys are the same, I think. Okay, so when I click on you, the other response, so you're having like a staring contest or something. That's what's going on there. I don't suppose there's anything visible under the umbrella that's harder to see when it's closed. In the middle of this level. It's not these screws, right? I've already clicked on those, that wasn't it. Just waiting outside. And this is objects we're looking for, so it's not like the pattern in the tile would be different, I don't think. Okay, so the umbrella poles have a different sound effect than the umbrellas themselves. That's neat. Three coffee, 1 milk, 2 kebabs. Ignoring the wine bottle, kebab, plate of food. This is all the same. Help me out, dog. Oh, I can. That's right. I can eat the food. I think there is an achievement in the game for eating a certain amount of food. I don't remember if I've gotten it yet or not. What's this cat looking at? It's just, or this dog, he's just studying the tree trunk over here. 29 minutes. Should I use the last hint and just zero in? Admit defeat completely? I guess I'll do that. Alright, so... this part of the screen... What do I see different about this part of the screen? Oh, right, there's an arrow. Wait. Oh, there's a grate in one and not in the other. Okay. I was trying a little too hard for that one. Should I go after the last gem? There's one more gem, and the cursor should be going off. If I get close to it. Yeah. I also have to say, I can't remember which parts of the screen I have and haven't moved the cursor over yet. But I have probably spent so far the least amount of time on this side, so the last one's probably over here somewhere. Did that just pop up on its own? Did I click on something? Well, I don't want to spend too much time just looking for a single gem, so I think I will exit the level and move on to the next one. Hey Drago, please don't tell anybody about this, but the problem with the cat face is... Oh, we're coming back to this, are we? I did that. I replaced some art assets at the last minute, but it looks like I rotated them wrong. Oops. Yeah, I've done that before too. I'll fix it soon. Can this be our little secret? You're kinda evil. Lance has totally done worse to us. We like to tease him because he acts tough. Maybe I'll admit my mistake and we can just leave my upside down cat faces in the game as a joke. But right now, I just want to shrivel up like a raisin. What's the most awkward thing I've accidentally left in a game for like a Steam build or something? Early on, there are a couple Steam builds where I like left debug stuff in, but that's not really game breaking. That was just like people not sure if that was the debug menu was supposed to be there or not. I think there are still a couple things in Wizardux that are like the texture for like rocks and stuff are like recycled textures from other things, which I had a vague intention of replacing with something, or Moonin had a vague intention of replacing with something and never did. But that's not too unusual for that kind of game. Usually, if I really want to make sure that I get to something before the final release, I'll make it like magenta or something and write like big red letters on it or something. That is the sound effect for some of the arcade bosses in EBF5. At a little Tetramino. Currency in there. How many things are we looking for? There are 30 things in this one. Is this 3-7? Is this like the final boss level? I think this might be the final boss level. Okay, so a couple different potion bottles, some super mushrooms, frogs, money, bow and arrow, or just a bow anyway. Tennis ball, magic wand. Okay, there's a lot in this one. There's a lot. There's a bowling ball, random mask. Alright. Was this guy one of them? The dancing? No? Yeah. You're enjoying yourself, soaking up the insulation. Alright, so are we having another, like, mock fight, or is this an actual fight? There's also... When did I pick up the first gem? I don't remember picking up the first gem. Was that something I did by accident? That's the bunny. So, I've seen that. Are these weapons, any of these? Yeah, see, not being able to fit so many of the targets on screen is going to make this take a little while. There's probably... Oh, that's a feather. There's probably going to be at least a few things, which I go over several times. The dev room. That's in a lot of games. If you, maybe not as many now as in the early days of video games, but those are still in a lot of games if you know where to find them. Blue potion bottle? That is the blue potion bottle, okay. Next world unlocked already? I guess you only need to find a certain number of targets per world before you can move on to the next world. So if I've already gotten all of them in previous levels, I just need 2 out of 30 in this one. Wizardux has a, like, my testing arena level in it, in the official builds, which you can use if you use, like, the teleport menu and whatever, but that's not too exciting. There's usually not really anything in it besides what I'm working on at the immediate moment. I think that money was one of them. I need to find 3 stacks of money. What about... There were a couple of weapons, right? So, bow and arrow. I need 3 bow and arrows and an axe. Alright, so not really that many weapons. Alright, it doesn't look like there's anything in here. That's a nice stabby thing, though. Golden bird. Can I make this, like... Can I actually do damage with these things? Oh, there's a bomb here. Alright, so that's gonna reveal you. That's one of them. I forget if it was the World 1 final boss level, or the World 2 final boss level, or one of the other ones. There was some amount of destruction in there, too. Which was, highly entertaining. Alright, that's super mushroom. Can I move these clouds out of the way, or is that just... Alright, so hiding in the tomatoes. Can I move these clouds out of the way, or is that just something, a fact of life that I'm gonna have to live with? Is that a Nuka-Cola? Nuka-Cola bottle? There's a red wine, alright. Where am I gonna find a bowling ball? Did I just see a sparkle? Different cat near the statue. Which statue? Don't tell me. I wanna try and find the statue because now I've gotta actually find something else. Here. This statue. Which one is? I still need to find this this yellow one with the black eye. Part of the difficulty in this is that whenever someone says something in chat, there's like a 20-second delay, and I've got to mentally rewind where I was 20 seconds ago, if I might have moved on since then. There's also the slime cats. I haven't really been on the lookout for those yet, which I should be. Is that a taco? Gonna take that taco if you don't mind. Nothing in there. This is an interior. Is that the mask? All right, that was one of the masks. I think there was a gem in there earlier. Alright, so there are dogs in the tree. Usually it's the cats that get stuck in the tree, but I guess the dogs are allowed to have their fun too. Is that a slime cat? Alright, that was one of them. I wonder if the only slime cats in this level are going to be the ones I have to find, or if there are going to be more. Usually it seems like the slime cats aren't targets. Eat that beef if you don't mind. Usually it seems like the slime cats aren't targets, they're just kind of there to fill out the world a little bit. Alright, more money. Orange juice. More money. I thought I clicked on that one already. That's a purple potion bottle. This is actually going a lot faster than the last level was, which is usually the opposite way around. It's probably going to get really hard when there's just a couple of items left. But going back to that cat statue, is it this cat statue? Like there's a... Alright. Oh, I see it shaking. That's a frog. There's a couple different things that certainly could be. I might have looked behind that one already. Okay, so... There's 3 of those too, correct? Correct. Haven't found any of the bow and arrows yet. There's gotta be at least a bow and arrow around this, like, medieval warfare section, right? Surely not all 3 of them, but probably at least one. Did you just miss that? Oh, we can blow this up too? Or do I have to hit the... Alright, that is the cat with the black eye. Got hit by some flying debris from the explosion, I expect. We're about halfway there. Hello. We're about halfway there, and I've only looked inside like a couple of the interiors, and I've only looked at a little bit on this side, so I imagine we're doing okay. That's the purple cat. Not a target in this one. That was not one of them. Bow and arrows, a lot of mouse traps. Why do we have mouse traps when the whole world is just full of cats? Seems like a bit of a waste of effort. Bow under the targets over here. These targets. Oh, there's a gem in the grass there. Or were there more targets? I wouldn't be surprised if there are more. These targets. Oh, this one. I assume you were talking about that one. I cannot... Okay, so I can uncover this section. Oh, here's a magic wand. There's a little Triforce Starry Night. Can I open up... Spyglass, there's another bow. Spyglass isn't one in this level, is it? No? Can I open up, like, the section behind here? I can. There's another Spyglass. anything that I would want... Oh, the paper money is facing the other way. Anything that I would want in here... Candle. It's a GS ball. Oh, you know what I haven't found any of yet is the cards. There's 2 cards in this level too. Is that a bowling ball? That is not a bowling ball. It doesn't have... Or at least it's not facing the same way as this one. It doesn't have the eyes. That's the bowling ball. Alright. Yeah. I almost called it the Master Ball, and then I was like, wait. Have they ever actually released the GS Ball? I vaguely remember that they did, like, something with it in Gen 7 or 8, but... Aside from that, that's a spider, apparently. Aside from that, that was one of the most enigmatic, unused pieces of content for a good long while. I was kind of expecting to find another bow in there. That one was right out in the open. I was kind of expecting to find another bow in there. Snake? Alright, so I can get a reaction from you. Nothing in there. There's another purple cat. So those 2, like, giant crossbow things didn't really accomplish anything. I can't drink the soda, can I? No, I can only eat the food, not drink the soda. That's currency. Here we have a weapons depot of sorts. I don't know if that's a repair station or like a weapons salesman or something. You have a raccoon tail and you look very surprised. Was it an event? I thought it was never released. I thought it was like a design that they made for the anime back in the Gen 2 days, and there was code for it in the games, I think, but I thought it was never released. I also haven't found any of these other 2 slime bunnies yet, slime cats. Where would they be? Oftentimes, in the EBF games, oh hi, you would find them near water, but there's not like a lot of that in here, and that one was found out in the open, so it might not be. Any other? Oh, there's a tennis ball hiding in the grass. Any other gems hiding in the grass is what I went down there for. There's just a old-fashioned wooden tennis racket. Have any of these masks ever had anything hiding behind them? I can't remember the previous levels. What is this? Is this like a pipe? Like a broken piece of pipe or something? Oh, there's one of the monies. Any other interiors that I haven't looked in yet? It's possible that I'll find, find the pipe in there. It was an event in Crystal. Interesting. I wonder if I was confusing it with another unused. Like, the Azure Flute was never released in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, right? Arceus was just given away as a regular event. Oh, okay. Arceus was just given away as a regular event in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and the Azure Flute was never used. Something like that. There've been a couple things like that, I think. Oh, here's an axe. Alright. Looked at that one ages ago. I feel like a candle would be in one of the interiors. Or you never know, maybe it wouldn't be. Maybe it would be by, I don't know, one of these sales cat things. Goodbye. Does this move? That does move. But it doesn't look like there's anything behind that one. Oh, here's the third money. Okay. We're gonna stay here. Wow, we've done better than 1 target per minute so far in this level. Which is I don't think that's usually how this goes. But the candle, two slime bunny cat things, another bow, another frog, and another mushroom. Okay, that's probably a frog. That's a frog. There's nothing in there. I think the first 2 super mushrooms were also inside something. So I might... That was one of them, and I think the other was also popped out of a container. I might want to keep an eye out for those. Oh, there's a card. All right, behind the windmill. That's an Anna fan art. Okay, so Anna the artist. Did I look in here? Little ocarina thing. I haven't looked in the clouds yet. Alright, alright, so the last super mushroom was indeed in a container. Is that... Okay, that is one of the slime cats. I thought that was a rock until I saw the thing on its head. Now I just need... Okay, last couple. Slime cat on the right in the grass. Is that the one that you were directing me towards that I just found, or is that on the right on this side? The last one is orange. Oh, over here. That's probably the one you were talking about. 1 candle and 1 bow. These are the ones that's going to take me like 10 minutes to find, isn't it? Alright, so again, what part of the screen have I not found anything in yet? So the middle part of the screen... surprisingly empty? Wonder if I could find like the last card here or something. This doesn't come away, does it? I can't reveal anything in that mine over there. What bird makes that noise? I know I've heard that bird a lot in real life, but I don't know exactly which, like, species of bird it is. Where's the last bow and arrow? I didn't really think. It's usually the small, everyday items that I have a hard time with. It's not usually, like, weapons and stuff. A cuneiform tablet. If I was a cat at a Renaissance fair, where would I leave my bow and arrow? I still haven't found one out over here, where the battlefield is happening. Well, I guess there was that one. But I feel like my first instinct would be to take my bow and arrow over here or something like that. Okay. I will get an achievement for smashing pots. That will give me some currency in the menu for unlocking curses and whatnot. What is that? Is that like a lance? I think that's a lance. Not the character lance, but like the stabby lance. I think when the timer gets to 20 minutes, if I haven't found them by then, I'll start using hints. I have not been in here yet. Okay, that is a candle. Meow. That is a candle. Still don't see... Are there any others that I can open like that? still don't see the last card. I can't turn that computer off. The first card was like here, I think, right? So maybe in a similar hiding place. It could have been one of the other windmills, though. Does this one open? This one does not open. I am a little confused about why some of them open and some of them don't. Before, in previous levels, like if you see something like that that can open, then they all could open, but this one doesn't seem to follow that exact rule. Gem up there. Don't know how I missed that one. That one wasn't super well hidden. Maybe there could be a car like behind some of these tree branches in the grass. I'm trying to think of places where we found cars in previous levels. That's just a shard of pottery. There is a little amungai over there. Alright, I guess let's go and left-hand side, just waiting outside, so no interior is necessary. On the left-hand side, so we'll say we'll bisect the level using this one. Also, I'll hide these so that they're not a distraction. Oh, you know what I think the logic is the like the stone brick towers don't have anything inside them, except for the big ones, but these white ones do. I think that's the logic. That was one. That was one. It does feel like the last one should be down here somewhere. That's not. That's like the second or third time I've made that mistake. Okay, so that's also collapsible. This does not seem like the ideal place to eat your burger and fries in the middle of a battlefield, pretend or otherwise. I swear I just saw a sparkle, but I don't know where it came from. There are still 10 gems outstanding, so there's going to be a couple of those left to find. Alright, there's one there. I don't think I looked in here yet. Any gem leaning up against a wall? Any bow leaning up against a wall? I know that when I find this one, it's gonna be... It's gonna make me feel really dumb. Like I definitely should have been able to figure out beforehand. What about in the back? The back wouldn't be a bad place to hide something like that because of the coloration of all this grass. West of the catapult. West here. Oh, here. Okay, yeah. That one was definitely camouflaged. All right. So lastly, we still do have to find the last card. Which admittedly I haven't really been looking hard for, but I also have no idea where to start for it. I saw that shiny. Sometimes the gems sparkle, which is very helpful. Let's just roughly in the middle area. Okay. Should I use the second hint too? Might be indoors somewhere. Alright, so I will look indoors. Maybe in, for example, one of those. There's an arrow in a tree. Like this. Like an arrow pointing to that or something. Have I looked in here yet? I think I've looked in this one already. The cards are inside containers. They're usually sticking out the side of something now. So hopefully indoors and roughly the center shouldn't give too much to the imagination. Wait, is that it? Okay, that was it. So that's a little collection of headshots there. I thought that was part of this thing, whatever that is. Alright. Could have found that one like 20 minutes ago, but not too bad. You've been collecting a lot of shiny little gems, huh? I think I forgot to mention those earlier. Do you know what gems do? Upgrade my weapons? Huh? What weapons? What game have you been playing? Anna has been putting a lot of work into those special cats, so don't forget to check out the options menu every now and then to spend your gems. Alright, so my favorite cat. We'll see who that ends up being. I wonder if he'll tell us by the end of the video, by the end of the game. So I should have one or two achievements that I've gotten. Oh, did I make Matt sad by that last answer? There should be one or two more achievements that I've gotten since the last time I was in here. I definitely remember that one. That might have been it. Is it time to go and like unlock cats? Or should I come back to this later? I don't have that much money right now. I think I'll come back to that later. Okay, so this is 3-7. This is the final boss level of World 3. You meant for the bow, you just happened to look from the direction. Oh, like, I guess, whoa, this is different. Sort of environmental storytelling, as it were. So, we got some honeycomb shapes. There are 17 targets in here. This is... Am I gonna have to click on... Interesting. So, by revealing each one of these, something is gonna change in the middle. Saw that sparkle. So I guess I might as well just open them all up at once. We've got a bit of an adventuring party here. No actual cats, so none of these guys I actually need to click on. Kiwi bird, cobra, razor, VHS, underwear, ramen, rock. Don't see a rock in there. I'm gonna focus on the other ones first, just because there's less going on. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If every one of these has like 1 or 2 things in them. That's a nice ultra wide there. Let's see. Dreamcatcher, for example, like where would I expect to find that? Is this the plant? I think that's the plant. We've got an approximate map of the world. Little tug-of-war toy there. Alright, that's the cobra. Just gonna steal your food there. Nothing in that. Is that an incense urn? French fries and ramen are the food items of interest here. Wind chimes, that's neat. Alright, so that is a dream catcher. Is this ramen? Is that ramen? That's the ramen. Okay. There are 2 in this cell. It's one of those old-timey Xboxes. Making good time on this one, too. It helps that each of these are like, how'd that get in there? It helps that each of these are like, sort of compartmentalized. Let's see, is that a thing? That's a shiny. Okay, so that's another enemy from various other Epic Battle Fantasy games. However, I don't see any of the targets in here. Oh, yes, I do. Alright, that's one of them. We also got a juice box, lizard, donut. Console east of the old Xbox. Oh, I think that's a wireless router. In here, that was 2 in that cell. In here, oh, I wasn't looking for that one. I was trying to click on the leak. Just trying to eat that. Munch on that. That's not. We're not looking for a mouse. I'm looking for a kiwi bird, which is sort of the same shape. Is that another one of the Ouya? Big gem over there. Here I feel like I might find a VHS cassette. Lizard? Not seeing a VHS cassette. Interact with 5 types of legendary sword. Alright, I'll take it. There's a couple of those interact with some number of types of object achievements. I don't think I've gotten most of them yet, but I imagine that by the end of the game I probably will. That is the inside of a hard drive. Alright, this is where I feel like I'll find a VHS cassette. Then again, looking at some of the other ones, maybe not. Is that a 360 over there? What about this pen? Have you been eating something you shouldn't be? Juice box. Right there. One of those flapper boards. That's not an interaction. I've only got half the gems so far, but I've got most of the collectibles. Interact with 8 types of cubicle objects. Okay, so that, another one. Like, certain object type achievements. I guess I haven't really been keeping score, but I guess we've gotten to the point in the game where that might start happening. Because I have been playing this for a while, and now I've interacted with a bunch of different things. What's the kiwi bird going to be connected to? Because I don't see anything that's like... The closest I saw to something that would make me think, like, kiwi bird is probably these 2 cells, and I don't see them in here. Unless there's something I can move out of the way in there. Come back to those. The pen is probably going to be in a desk or in a drawer or something like that, right? This target paper, electric razor, VHS. That's a razor. Hiding under the cabinet over there. I guess the kiwi bird could also be like a squeak toy or something, and then if that's the case, who knows where it'll be. I guess I could probably narrow down the location of the VHS cassette by saying, like, okay, a room with a CRT TV is probably more likely to have it than some other room. Is that another Game Boy under there? That's a, I can't remember the names of the, like, audio magnetic tapes. That's one of those. Oh, okay. Solved that problem. What about the pen? The pen and the target, like these? Alright, so I've gone through all the cells now. Those are the sorts of things that I could expect to find anywhere. pens, just like looking on any of the desks or on the floor, various clutter. This is a pretty cluttered room. It's another keyboard object. The clock next to the Scottish flag. Ah, alright. Good idea. That was, that's the cuckoo. That's another one of those, oh, okay, that is... I was gonna say, that image is looks like one of the arcade monsters from EBF, but that's actually one of the cards, which is an arcade monster from EBF. One of the sticker cards. I also have not been on the lookout for those. Floppy drive on the floor. I know that... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I know that there is an achievement for clicking on, like, storage media, too. And I don't know if those are the only types of storage media that I've clicked on, the floppies, the old hard drives, magnetic tapes, whatever. Or if there's like 10 of them and you get the achievement for clicking on 5. This is a very nature room. I like this cell the best, I think. The middle one's kind of nature, too. Lovely Monstera leaf there. Anything I can open? Gem next to the Minecraft block. That was down here. Oh, these. The pile. There was, I think, one gem in here, but I don't think there was anything else. I feel like this area is more of a staging ground for these guys dropping in when you click on the honeycomb things. The paper looks like something, because of the way it's oriented, the way it's like flaring out at the bottom, this looks like something that I'll find stuck to a wall. I can't really imagine from that orientation it being like on the floor or anything. Oh, I was gonna say, that's gotta be another sticker, right? The angry face, but it looks like it isn't. There we go, alright. That's another card. Anna is a reliable worker and a good friend, and she's good at video games, too. She can be a bit immature now and then, but people have said that about me, too. Yeah. Growing up sucks. Would not want to do that again. Still looking for those two things, though. I'm looking mostly around desks and under desks and stuff. There's more gems. For, can you move the whiteboard on the top? Oh, I heard shiny noises. Thought I saw a sparkle behind the cactus, but it looks like that's not it. Let me get back to you on that. Oh, here, I think this is what's making it go off. Alright, so the whiteboard on the top, this one? Ah, yeah, there we go. Good idea. Now we just need the pen. Alright, here, another pinging. I don't see. So it's gone. It's probably in one of these two cells, right? It's gonna be like stuck in the ceiling. Definitely seems to be inside this cell. Behind that's meat. Is that a brain? What is that? That's another one of the masks. Is that a gem? That is a gem, okay. Just one more of those, and one more pen, and then we've got it for this one. Any other pieces of signage that we can move? Oh, really? Where did that... Okay. It's going off really strong around here. Little loot over there. Under the hat? Oh, that was a pearl. All right, I thought that was like a golf ball or something. So just this one. All right, it's only been 13 minutes. I won't use the hint yet. These don't come down, do they? Probably not gonna find a pen in here. Probably not gonna find a pen in here. This one I've come back to a few times, but I haven't seen anything in it yet. Got two old beige bricks of a CRT monitor there. Can I eat those fries? I will take those, thank you. Any containers that I might find a pen inside? Is that dog food? I've just spent a lot of time in here. Nothing really stands out. Those carrots, oh, those are for the rabbit. I cannot eat the carrots, though. Those bunny slippers. I also wouldn't be surprised if I have to push something out of the way to find the pen. That's a similar looking one, but it's black and not red. It bounces when you open and close it. Alright, so dial-up modem. The most cluttered room. For some reason I keep coming back to this one like I'm gonna find it in the most cluttered room, but that also already has two things found in it. And... move any of these things out of the way. Are there any rooms that don't have anything found in it yet? This one... Oh, there was that one. It was blending into the wall. The cat on the chair in the bottom left. No, that one's stationary. I don't know if I've already interacted with all the rolling chairs or not, though. Haven't exactly been keeping score of that. That one was hiding the donut. Oh, there we go. Alright. That one is now 100%. I think we can move on to the next level. That level was a lot of fun to design. It did look like it, didn't it? Growing up, we all played a lot of RPGs together, stuff like MapleStory and ABF. I don't know if you played that as much as you made that one, Matt. I would always roleplay as the physical guy, a warrior or a pirate. Natalie would always play as the cleric or mage. Lance would play as the edgiest class, like an assassin or a fascist. Yeah, that's an RPG class. And Anna was a ranger or bow person. Ah, good times, but those games are all so outdated now. Actually, they're still receiving updates. People are still playing them. Is MapleStory still running? I feel like I would have heard about it if MapleStory shut down, so I assume that MapleStory is still running. But yeah, we wanted to capture some of that feeling in this level, the feeling of playing an epic adventure game with your friends all over the world. Okay, so that's what that center one was. That was like everybody logging on, basically. You guys really dragged me into those games. I mostly just played puzzle games before that. I think that might have been my favorite level so far. That was pretty neat. If I recall correctly, I think that's when Matt started dreaming about making his own game someday. So in a way, we're all still adventuring together after all this time. Alright, that was heartwarming. There's a couple of these I can check off for clicking on various types of objects. What's a floppy, for example? Cube World, Epic Blades. What are some of the other ones? 30 types of golden trinkets. Water 10 plants to make them grow. Have I done any of that? I don't know if I've watered any plants yet. In-game. In real life, I was doing that pretty recently. Smash a piggy bank with a hammer. Cut down 15 trees with an axe. I've done a bunch of those. Not 15, apparently. 15 types of bulls, 40 types of birds. Alright. Got 386 Great British Pounds. Anyway, World 3. So this is, World 4. This is gonna be Swamp World, apparently. The first one is probably not gonna be too involved, is it? Alright, so this one is fairly tame. Let's start in here, in this chest maybe. That's a goldfish, I see that's one of them. Currency. Toast. Toast. Anything else in here? Sailboat, a blue dinosaur, lizard, gecko thing, spider, cat in a mask, inflatable frog? I see in a couple of these, and every time I see one I think, that's gonna be like a balloon where you just let it go and it goes whizzing off into space. Okay, so that's not the slime. That is, okay, so that's not, that one's got its things flared out. Like, wing flap things. That is the slime. Boing. Boing. Alright, there's a card. We'll take that, thank you very much. Behind here. Currency. I see there's something on there. That's probably what that pinging was. The sailboat. Where was it? Here? Somewhere around here? It's gonna be in a tree again, isn't it? Okay, so that is a choppable thing. Alright, that's a lizard. The tree on the left looks like it can be cut. Is that just like a first thing that I should always do in all levels, is try and chop the trees? Is that money? That is not money. Because it feels like chopping the trees often is a decent first step. There's something, I think that's the frog. Here we go. 7 out of 8. Spider. I feel like the spider is going to be the wild card. That could be anywhere. And the toy boat is probably in water somewhere, right? Maybe in the sink. That's 8 out of 8. Toy boat isn't in the sink. Is the spider not in here either? I can't interact with that. I feel like at least one of these, that's the spider. I feel like at least one of these shouldn't be like that hard. The toy boat. It could be just on the ground somewhere, or behind one of these. In the canoe. That is a water lily. Is there anything else that can be chopped? I don't see anything else that looks like it can be chopped. What about moves? Is there anything else that can be moved? That's another ladybug behind that mushroom. Can I, like, ask that turtle nicely to leave? Are there going to be any cutaways in the water? I don't think so. I don't see any indication that there's, like, anything that you can click on down there. There usually is. I hope I don't have to use the hint system for this. I feel like I should be able to figure this one out myself. I feel like I'm just clicking on the same objects over and over again. Wait, what about, are there any more of these? Okay, the only two of these carnivorous plants that I see are those two. Is there any other objects? I tried the crocodile, right? I can't get you to open your mouth. Nothing happens if I click on the bubbles, right? I think those things are just spawning randomly. Whatever that growth is, it doesn't seem to be have anything to go with it. Is there just gonna be a sailboat sticking out from like behind something? Just barely. That'll be my next guess. I'm a little surprised I'm not finding it in the sink though. Boat is on the shelf. On the shelf? Oh my god. I've been over that section like 4 times. Alright, thank you. Wow. So that's it for this level. We can move on. Alright, so nope. No little interlude in that one. Let's get out of there and let's go on to 4-2. Okay, so it's another one of these. I will take that. There's 14 of those apparently. And this is going to I guess I'll do the thing, so I'm gonna look for some of the really obvious ones, and then I'll zoom in. I think I said I would attempt doing that last time around. This is a much smaller one though, so it might be easier. Pearl. Did I see a shiny? Oh, that must have been it. Alright. Alright, so different animal in there. Sorry. What about... Same plants here. I think this is all the same. Logs, lily pad, fly. Okay, so I can interact with them, but there's nothing nothing there. Grasshopper, wood idol. Pink thing on top of the big tree. Okay, so that bee is one. Can I look in here? I can look in here. Okay, so let's have a look here. You guys are all the same. I will grab that though. This is different. Okay, so that's gonna be 5 out of 12. Another pearl. Pieces of a shipwreck, I think. So that's the same. Oh. That was, I guess being in the habit of just clicking on things to see what sound effect they make isn't the worst, because I found quite a few things like that so far. I just, wanted to see what it does when I did that. Okay, so this is another cutaway. What about outside before I go in? What is that? I don't know, but it responds. Snake. Large leaves. Can I make you respond too? I can make you respond. Paper boat. Alright, nothing outside. Let's look in here. Anything under you? Oh. I guess that works. I was, looking to see if there's any other gems hidden underneath, but that's also important. Can I move this? I can move that. That's a difference. Can I move this? No cards yet. I should, is that a horseshoe crab? I should look out for those. Spider. Hunting a fly. Is that currency? That is currency. Can I really not make the gators open their mouths? How did you get up here? That's not where sharks usually go. I feel like that's some environmental storytelling right there. Oh, that was art? Okay, I wouldn't have known that that was art. But I'll take it. It's one of those octopus, jellyfish things. That's an old EBF enemy. Stone in front of the tree monster. This one? Oh, this thing. Alright, so that's our gem right there. That's number 9 out of 12. Did I actually look in here yet, or did I get distracted by other things? That is... Take that. Take that. A lemur. And... I can't make that, like, fall or anything. And I think I've looked over everything in the level yet, but I've still got 2 more differences and 3 more gems. So we'll start listening out for the pinger for 1. That's another fairly old EBF enemy. I think those first appeared in 2. Okay, what's this about? Here we go. Sharknado in the wrong place. Oh, Sharknado went by this place. I thought you were saying that something was out of place. Yeah. I was thinking, like a tsunami or something crashed through here, which was a little bit of damage. Maybe not quite tsunami levels of damage. Oh, hello. Anything else I can move? Like pushing logs out of the way? Oh wait, there's a leaf there that isn't in the other one. Okay. And one more. Where do I think there's like a lack of differences? Here. I think I'm just gonna zoom in on here and see if I find anything. These are the same, this bird is the same. Hello. Alright, that's another one of those achievements. Picked up quite a few of those today. Snake is the same. This tree is the same. Animation notwithstanding. Bottom right plant on the lily pad. Also, hello, Ron Briscoe. Bottom right, so that'll probably be this section here. Plant on the lily pad. Do I have the wrong lily pad? These are all the same. This isn't really bottom right. Oh, not a lily pad. This is, one of those jungle flowers. So is that it? There's one more gem. Should I keep looking for one more gem? I'll give it another minute or so, see if the cursor goes off. At least I associate these with the jungle anyway, for some odd reason. I heard... It's in here, isn't it? Alright, last pearl. Alright, so that's it. I think we are all finished here, and you may have noticed the Swamp World is a bit more fantasy-ish than the others. Yeah, the earlier ones looked like a Ren Fair. This one definitely is a little more exotic. I took a lot of inspiration from a game series called Epic Battle Fantasy. Alright, so we're doing multiple pieces of self-reference here. Are we, like, admitting that this is a separate timeline from the EBF games? That's what all the plant monsters are references to. The tree houses are all based on some of the towns from those games. Is that okay? I love EBF. Been playing that pretty much the entire time I've been doing YouTube. That's really cool. What are the odds? It's a fairly obscure series of games. Lance says the only real games I've ever heard of it. That sounds like something that Lance would say. Only me and Natalie took the plot seriously. We wanted to get to the end and finish the story. The first 2.5 didn't really have much of a story. But Matt and Lance just wanted to hoard items and build contraptions, so we had to drag them along. But yeah, that's where a lot of my art ideas came from. But it's all redrawn in my style, so it should be okay. Yeah, can you sue yourself for infringement? I mean, I feel like you probably could. The judge would probably tell you to stop wasting time now. Anyway, so this is the normal level. I think I said I would start off by just chopping stuff and seeing if anything happens. That one didn't seem to reveal anything. Boink. But let's see. For what it's worth, I don't actually know what the list is because I haven't actually looked at that yet. So maybe, I don't know, something here could have been a search target and I just didn't realize it yet. Alright, that's a snake. There's 3 of those. There's 3 of those. More choppable trees. This one. That's another snake. Alright, so I think that's it for those. Let's stop fooling around. Did I see a shiny? I thought I saw a shiny. I saw that. I don't know if that was what I thought I saw or not though. We've also got some of the cat statues in here too. That is another shiny. Alright, so we've got 3 poison dart frogs, a turtle, a slime with an arrow sticking out of it, a slime without an arrow sticking out of it, an octopus, a bee, a dog, cat statue, a camera, and a cat in a hat. No, not that cat in a hat. Camera might be a little closer to civilization. Oh, hello. Lovely big snake over there. This is a slime. Oh, that has flowers on it. That's not what we're looking for. It's got some fruit inside it. Alright, that's that dog. Gonna go and chomp down on you again. Are these pearls? These are pearls. Hilarious. This one's the slime with an arrow. This is the slime without an arrow. Frog on a small middle island. This one. Can I move this? I cannot move this. A little surprised I can't move that one. I saw something shake. All right, that's a gemstone. There's another frog. I don't see anything else on that island. There's the bee. And there's the 3rd frog. I will be staying here, thank you. Gems. I thought that was a milk carton. That's a fence post. Is that a camera? That's the camera. That's binoculars. That's interesting music. Let's see. Are you cooking the slime? What is this? Is that rice? I like rice. We really? Oh no, I thought that's an 8 out of 9, but no, it's 8 out of 19, not 9 out of 19. Submerged cat statue might reveal an area. Oh, good point. So let's see. That's the turtle. Can I make you... Alright, that's a gem. Here's a card. I can't make you move. I can't unsubmerge that. Thank you. I can't unsubmerge this now, can I? Not really like there's a point, because there wasn't anything over it. I feel like I saw a cat in a hat. Alright. And then immediately, like, got distracted. So here's another one. Can I open that? There's nothing in there. There's gotta be something in there. That's that. Maybe one of these little cat statues? Yeah, there we go. And an octopus. Is that gonna be another underwater thing, or is that like a squeak toy for one of the dogs? Octopus with a smiley face. That's a shiny. I will take that. Anything up? I haven't really spent a lot of time up in the canopy of the trees yet. What about here? Nothing interesting on here. Other possibilities. There's always the chance that maybe I should add the, like, carnivorous plants or other things that look like they can be open to my list of things to look for whenever I start a level in this world. Okay. I guess there's another gem really close by. It was going fairly fast, too. Is that a pearl? It's not going off. Oh, here. Again, hiding green ones in the canopies of trees. Gem on the lily pad in the bottom right. Okay, that one also probably should have been pretty obvious. But octopus with smiley face. I haven't really been using hints. I could just use a hint or two if I want to not be here for too long and move on. But I also want... Okay. There. I also feel like this one shouldn't be hard either, and I want to just do it. I don't see any other plant mouths. There's nothing down here that I can... That's just a piece of wood. This level also went fast, though. What is this, World 3? I guess, what are we, an hour, 40 minutes into the stream? I'm starting to get used to where to look for things. Is that how it's gonna work? There's nothing on the outside of these tents. Okay, that's right. I can move these things. In this case, that didn't really accomplish anything. I'm feeling this island for some reason. I feel like there's a lot of clutter here, and I've only found like the one thing. You think it might be underwater? It looks like a water creature, doesn't it? But there is a part of me that thinks like, this guy, wait a minute, really? Okay. I was just gonna click on that as an example, but I guess I can change its color. That works. I don't know how I feel about that if it wasn't the same color originally. For some reason, that feels more devious than just like hiding something in a container. Anyway, that's that. Let's go off to the next level. I found all the other things in this one so far. This world was certainly an experiment using wacky color combinations. Yeah, I noticed that. That last one there. Since it's totally inspired by fantasy, I can try out some really strange colors that are rare in nature. I hope the purple doesn't burn out your eyeballs. I think these colorful fantasy levels are the ones that I had the most fun making and will be the most eye-catching in promotional materials. And the press kit that Matt sent me with this game, there were a whole bunch of level screenshots, and I didn't look through all of them because I didn't want, like, spoilers or anything, but honestly, I don't really think there were any, at least there's not many levels in this entire game that aren't really colorful, so I don't know if this one stands out more so than any of the other ones, but all the same. Have I 100% to the first 3 already? I have. Alright, so let's go and have a look at 4-4. Okay, so starting rules is that's not one of them. Just things that can open, trees that can chop, piranha plant things, gemstones. I saw something shaking, so that's not that important. There's a lot of piranha plants in this one. Okay, I was trying to make you jump, but I guess that's one of them. Giant cat statues. I don't see any choppable trees yet in here. A lot of these guys, though. A plant eating another plant. Which I guess isn't uncommon in nature. Alright, that's a chameleon. Except it's usually a little bit more passive when that happens, strangler figs and whatnot. Thank you. Is that a gem? That is a gem, not an egg. Boink. Alright. Is it time for me to actually start looking at our target list? Do I want to, I think that's one of them, that's the dog. Alright, I see that card stuck in the tree there. That's also Anna. Alright, that's also Anna. Monkey holding a gem, like a dart or something. Let's see. So our quest list, is that screws or cigarettes? I think it's screws. Mud slime. I almost called it cat in a hat, but mask. That is like half of a saw blade, or like 60% of a saw blade. Another dog in a hat, another dog in a hat. Alright, so that's the theme of this level, is adventuring. Okay, so that's a whole saw blade. Am I gonna find the half of a saw blade, or the 60% of a saw blade in... Oh, you didn't like that? In another one of the houses? What's that? Is that a chestnut or something? Oh, an alocasia. I need more sailboats. Switch with pink and purple Joy-Cons. Platypus, 3 apples, 3 mud slimes. Did I pass by a mud slime earlier? Oh no, that was a different one. That's a different target. All this food. In the middle, you open the carnivorous plant. There was a star, but I didn't click it. In the middle. Firstly, is that the Switch? That's a Game Boy. Oh, this one. There. I don't know how I missed that. Must have really been in a hurry. Let's go, and that's another pearl. What about here? Nothing productive in there. This was a target in the last level, not in this one. Okay, so you're hiding another one. That is going to be... Yeah, I had a feeling that there was going to be a character in there. Still can't really interact with the Crocs in any meaningful way. Is that the Switch? That's the Switch. Oh, you didn't like that. It's not like you were playing from under there. Interact with 10,000 items in total. Alright, clicker games. What about the sailboat? So there is a sailboat here, but it's not the right colors. really all the rest of the things I've got to find are going to be like red and brown, which is either going to make this a lot easier or a lot harder. Oh, that was, I was trying to make the slime jump, but I guess that is going to be our second card. The cards are hard. I feel like I've picked up a significant portion of the cards in this game so far just by accident when I was trying to click on other stuff. Oh, do I have to check every single one of these now? I guess I have to check every single one of these now. That one doesn't move. Is that... what is that? Is that another slime? It's another sailboat with the wrong color. I'll take that. I see this shaking. Okay, so that's a bush. Bush hiding in a tree stump. For however, whatever amount of sense that makes. That's an apple. Oh, right, there's apples as targets, which means I'm gonna have to... I just like... oh, and the watermelon? I just, like, click on the food automatically because I want to eat them, but... are these all going to be just out on lilies and also other, like, leaf piles? Mud slime in front of the pier. This one? In front of it? Oh, right there. Alright. What are you getting excited about that for? Surely these things aren't that nutritious. Anyway, what's left? One watermelon? Okay, so that's another one of the dogs. I've met the requirements for the next level, but... watermelon, so... 5 out of the 6 fruits have been on top of lilies. 1 out of the 3 slimes have been on top of lilies, which makes me think that at the very least the last watermelon is also going to be on top of a lily. That's a sweet bell pepper. There's a dragon fruit back there. An owl. Alright, thank you very much. There's a lot of, like, red on top of the lilies, but a lot of them are those flower things. Mud slime on the bed on the top left. In here, that one. I haven't really looked at the interiors yet. I've looked a little bit, but not as much as I usually do. But first I want to try and find... there's also a couple of these chilies on the lilies. Cherries. Red foods in general. Oh, there's the sailboat. Is that a shiny? That is not a shiny. I think that's an actual egg. Radish. Lemon. I think that's a lemon. I can't pick up the lemon. Third slime south of the golem. You guys are on top of these. The slimes. South of the golem. There's not more than one golem in here, is there? I don't think so. Oh, behind the rock. I haven't even been looking for those. I'm still looking for the red things. Not seeing it so far makes me think the last one might actually not be on top of a leaf, though. Maybe we'll come back to that. So there's a flat platypus. There's a gem there. Where might I find a flat platypus? Again, I haven't really looked at the interiors that closely yet, so... So it might be, might not be a bad idea for me to start doing that now. Is that something? That is not something. The cat in the mask. That shouldn't be too hard to find, right? That's a porcupine, it's not a platypus. This is a cozy little treehouse, I have to say. Just a couple of triple level bunk bed. Would have been all over that when I was like 8. And also now, but especially when I was like 8. What about... Has there been anything like behind something like on a rollable surface or on like a boat or something that I can move? What about this box of screws? There's a saw over there. I don't see any other construction equipment though. Is that cheese? I don't see any other construction equipment. Oh, that's the platypus. Alright. Do I see any other construction equipment elsewhere? By this cat, perhaps, on this side? What are you trying to get to? You're trying to get to that... That parrot's not even on top of the thing. You're just trying to get to some high places. Seems like a very cat thing to do. I can't eat all of these fruit. Here we have some cats in masks, but not the ones I'm looking for, I think. And also the old saw blade. Why do I feel like that's going to be in a tree or something? Saw west of where the third slime was. Where was the third one? Was that here? West of here. Oh, in that... Alright, so it is in a tree. Plenty of trees to choose from. Screws. That's a gem. Screws. Cat in one of those clay masks. Or watermelon. Is that? No, that's another egg. That's not a shiny. Nothing popping out of that one. I still feel like the crocodiles should have their mouths open when you click on them. Watermelon on the table and the cutaway in the middle. Oh, alright. The only one of those 6 fruits that wasn't on a lily. Kinda catching me off guard there. I can't damage that. Can't damage that watermelon. Maybe that's the one it was cut from. Where will the cat and the mask be? Okay. That makes sense. I guess it's possible that maybe I should look for other drawers or things like that to open, and there might be a gem or something in one of them, but I don't think I'm gonna find a cat in something like that. I like how you're wearing a hat. Did not expect this one to be the one that, the last one that I found. Or the last one found with you guys' help, anyway. Usually I find the characters without too much trouble. Is there gonna be... Can I make these float away? No. I there was anything on there, it's gone now. It's already been collected. Cat next to the pier. Next to, oh, there, behind there. Alright. There's 3 more gems. I think I will not, there's 4 more gems. I think I will not fuss over 4 more gems. I'm gonna do 1 more. Because I think I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Should probably go stand up and stretch my legs after this. Alright, so we're going to end off the way that we started with one of these spot the differences. That's not a card, is it? No. 30 types of golden trinkets. Alright. This is graffiti. This is not cards. There is gem in that eye. There's got to be a joke about a constellation in there somewhere. Okay. This is the same. I guess I could be more like trigger happy clicking on things than actually trying to like count like leaves or whatever on trees, but feels like a better challenge when you don't do that. These are the same. Oh, the mouth is different. I see. There's 13 things I gotta find here. This is a very vertical level, though. So, one of these eggs is different. I'll take that. You are the same. Is that gonna be... Nope, that's also graffiti. That's different. I guess it's not... Graffiti implies malicious intent, and we don't know who drew these. It's another one of the Minecraft blocks. This cat is different. Thank you. So there's going to be a lot to look at, I think, on these lilies. And also the fish. The fish are all the same. The fish look the same. Cat's down here. Frog. Boing. Thank you. Thank you. Near the top, missing red pepper. Oh, the feathers. Yeah, alright. There's 4 in one and 3 in the other. One of those rhinoceros beetle. Alright, let's turn on the music. That's nice. What about these? Alright, that is not, in fact, an art supply. That is a... Oh, these cats are the ones drawing the graffiti. Alright, sneaky. It's another one of the octopus that changes colors. Pac-Man equals 3. Nirvana face. In here, there's one of those. Now that I think about it, there's actually a lot of places where you could hide details like this in the stonework up there. This fish is different. I'll take this. What about in here? That one just cracked. That didn't really reveal anything. This is different. 7 out of 13. I think I've got all the obvious ones. I've gone over... That doesn't open. I've gone over the whole level up and down. Did not find as much, at least not quickly, on the bottom as I thought I was going to. What about in here? Alright, so that's an Anna card. A lot of Anna artwork. Oh, did I see somewhere around here? Oh, up here. EBF 6+. Yeah, people have been asking for that for what, 8 years now? Cat statue hands at the bottom. Okay, on one side versus the other. That is 8 out of 13. Got most of the gems already. Don't usually find all the gems this quickly. You are green for some reason. Have I looked at this up here by the ancient monolith yet? I think I have, actually. I think I opened that treasure chest. Can I interact? I can't interact with that chain thing, or the rope thing. Okay. This thing... No. I was gonna say, can I shake something out of it? Alright, it's going off a little faster now. Which usually means it's close. Oh, alright, sneaky. It's one of those. Is the last one gonna be like that too? Just pretending to be something else? I'm not doing really well on the differences in this one. In the earlier ones, I thought to spot the differences were some of the easier ones, but here, these are all the same. Here, the ones that I've done in this video have been a little more trouble. Skull spike next to the water. Ah, yes. Alright, that one is only there in one screen. I feel like some of these bricks are not going to be the same as others. It doesn't quite help that not all the animations are synced up on the left versus the right. Sometimes my attention will be drawn to something and then I'll be like, oh, that's just an animation. I haven't found anything up in this part yet, so I feel like there should be at least something like... WTF is Time Cube. That could be a fun little adventure, just reading all the graffiti in here. These clouds make farting noises. Because I am getting a little bit tired. I might start using hints a little bit more quickly. Cloud right on the middle. As in like the presence of one or lack of one. Oh, this one here. I might start using the hints a little bit more quickly than I would have otherwise. Something looks different in the north. Yeah. Probably see it from the sky, so... Not always if you zoom out it really helps. Sometimes it does, but... Let's see. These are the same. For a minute I thought they were in like reverse order on this one. I feel like there's going to be at least one that is... graffiti that is present or not present or different on one side than the other. Have I looked in here yet? If I did, it's gone. Chain between the icicles. Ah. I could have sworn that I looked at that one already, but maybe I was looking at a different one. Oh, do I only get like 3 per hidden object level? I don't want to use the last one quite yet. There's also a notable lack of circles on, like... Oh, there we go. Alright. Yeah, there's also a notable lack of circles on the bottom half, but I guess not anymore. That entire pattern. That's one of the ones that you would think zooming out would have helped because you might, again, tunnel vision on it a little bit when you're right up close, but you might be more likely to notice it when you're not. There's one more though. I'll just use the last one. Thank you. Oh, is it a crack? Oh, the icicle. Alright. So that's that. That was all of them, right? That was all of them. I am going to, I think, probably end off the stream because I am getting a little bit tired. It's only been 2 hours, but I was doing a bunch of other stuff in the morning. Let's see. Next time, 4-6, and there are quite a few more worlds. I probably won't stream this again this week because I need to work on a bunch of other stuff before the end of the month. But definitely next week I'd like to spend a little bit more time with this and maybe get closer to the end of the game. We're not even halfway through now. There's a lot of content in this game. Before I go, let's have a look at this. There are some achievements that I've picked up clicking on certain types of things. Uncurl 50 spiral weeds in 8.6. Birdwatcher, Golden Wonders, No Stone Unturned. I think that's it for now. Completion is about 10% of the way there. Wow. It's a lot of things to find in this game. As for these, I've got 800 pounds that I can spend. Let's go and spend some of these on... I guess we're going for the UI skins this time around. It doesn't look like any of these have any special effects. I do wish it was a little bit faster to go through this, though, especially when I've hoarded a bunch of money. But fairly minor complaint overall. Got 300 left, 200 and 250. Buy 5 more of these at 50. I think these are all 50 pounds. And last one. Alright, so I still haven't... There are 175 more pounds worth of interface skins, and then we can collect all those. And then there's screen filters. I haven't really thought much about those. Those could be interesting. And various other cat icons, which are a little more expensive. Alright, we're gonna definitely make some progress towards that by the end. Let me see. Is there anything else I want to do? Should I just look through these? I've got 4 out of the 15 pet cards, 8 out of the 15 stickers, 3 out of 15 pixel cards, 2 out of the 15 EBF cards, 4 out of 15 pieces of sketchbook art, characters, and 6 out of 50 fan art. I think at the end of this, I'll go through all those and look through all the fan art as a way to end it off. But I think until then, I'm gonna stop here. So my name is Dragonite. This has been Epic Battle Fantasy Find Matt's Cats. It feels really weird it still feels really weird to be talking about a new Epic Battle Fantasy game. Let's see. I guess probably sometime next week we'll be continuing this. In the meantime, you should all go check out Wizardex and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. It is top-down Legend of Zelda casting spells to solve puzzle, but you're a duck. And I think that's it. I will see you all later.